Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice. But not just another episode of A Tale of Dice, but the final episode in this first arc of the second campaign. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But, oh my god. You guys have traveled all the way from level 1 to level 4. And quite apparently, after this is done, if you all survive, you will be level 5. Because that rhymes, and that makes it true. But oh my god. A lot of stuff in store.
But we just got to level 4. Nice. World domination, here I come.
Oh, but hell yeah. We have come quite a ways already, and because this is the second half of the final battle, etc., for our viewers, I would like to once again reiterate that we really like all of the interactions that you have so far put into this game with us. Like, for example, one NPC that is here by the name of Buddy is here just because of you. And in this final battle, we are going to go without the beautiful Ave. So Edge will be played by our very own Vincent this evening, because the Might of Edge needs to be accounted for. But nonetheless, now that we are without Ave, we need you more than ever to make up for their part in the storytelling aspect of our beautiful game. So, once again, of course, as you know, all the llama point shenanigans can be bought with normal means. You can do all the different things, but the one thing that we added last week is still here, namely the Storybeat wildcard. If any of you would have an idea to do basically whatever to this game with us, then go right ahead and do that. Only a couple of caveats, namely that we don't want anything to die right because of this story beat. We don't want anything too silly, because we do like to keep it a little bit like serious-ish game style. So don't go summon Poopy My Butthole or something like that. Be respectful, no racism, sexism, or all that sort of stuff. But other than that, this is for any one of you who feels like they have something to add to this, and I'm wondering if that'll happen today. With that being said, shall we play a game? All right, and we're back. So, to quickly jump into tonight's game, because a lot is going to happen. Your story, at least here in the city of Farwater, is coming to a climax. You have uncovered a sinister plot in the dark underbelly of this city. Within the sewer system, a aboleth, an ancient fish-like abomination, has made its lair and has slowly but surely increased the presence of something only mysteriously known as the Echoes of Power. This magical force that permeates all had been increasing within the populace of Farwater, and in so doing was driving different people mad. This aboleth, calling himself the Sheperd, had seduced different denizens of the city to also aid in increasing these echoes of power, and in so doing also increasing their own magical might. You have one by one rid the city of all the lieutenants of the Sheperd, all of its flock, and now you are locked in a final battle with the Sheperd himself. Here within his lair, his sinister plot comes to a final conclusion. Different crystals that are physical manifestations, it seems, of these echoes of power are now here funneling its power into one main cluster of crystal, within which you find a dark blackened orb, seemingly funneling all of the different powers towards it. realizing that whatever this ritual is, it must be stopped. You are not only combating this Sheperd, but also the ritual itself, trying to destroy all of the different crystals that are now funneling power into this main cluster, whatever it might do or be. You have gathered different allies into this fray. The different guardsmen that you have cleared after you had apprehended a corrupt lieutenant are now here fighting beside you, as well as the guard captain himself, Bradley, brought to you by the chat themselves, who, as a stout commander, is enveloping you all in an aura that makes you even more capable in combat. You are also with Buddy, the scum, minion of the Sheperd turned ally with all of you, who is perhaps going to be the new ruler of the sewer system if all things go well. And you are here with Lyra, the other lieutenant of the Sheperd, who didn't want anything to do with it and has changed sides to aid all of you. But, as many allies as you have gathered, it seems that the Sheperd himself has also put out tethers into the minds of all of you. Crowan, you had already been haunted, quite literally, by your past. And the Sheperd, in its infinite wisdom, found within you a ways to persuade you to change sides. And at the very end of last week's episode, he was able to bury himself into your mind and dominate you, as you are now allied to him and no longer see your fellow companions as actual friends. With that being said, we go towards the initiative. Oh. Wait. Are you kidding me? Is the initiative order gone?
No, I still see it.
You still see it?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't see it anymore.
I
see it.
Okay, now, okay, wow. That was, okay, cool, we're back. Good. It wasn't visible for me for a moment. I was like, god damn it, do we need to go over that all again? But no, we are still at the ready. So, at the very top of the round, we first have the artifacts. Let me just check if anything else has transpired. So, from last week, the artifact still has a couple of buffs at the ready. Buddy, your scum companion, is still shielded. Jack, you still have a fortification up, so the next time you need to make a saving throw, you can add 5 to that. And other than that, Jack and Tarush both still have a hero point at the ready.
Plus.
As well as plus the different hero points that I bestowed upon you as part of the as part of this final battle. And other than that, I still have an anti-luck at my disposal, which I can use however I like. So, with all of that out of the way, the artifact still pulsing with energy, we go towards you, Crow.
Yeah. So who am I attacking?
Well, you have been dominated by the Sheperd.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now convinced that your allies are, like, you still see them as the people that they were before, but you just realize that it is way more important for you to side with the Sheperd because he is the one that can actually help you with your past. With that being said, you also realize that this dark power that the Echoes of Power had bestowed upon you, it might be the time to use that. So, first off, you were going to use a free action to use your newfound ability, which was, I believe you could cast False Life on yourself?
Yeah, temporary hit points, but it was false life, yes.
Yes.
I don't remember how much.
Alright, so let's take a look at that real quick. Because basically you can, as a free action, cast the False Life spell on yourself.
BRB.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Do these count as technical difficulties because he is leaving?
Not yet.
It was never really here.
Let's see here. Plus your spellcasting ability, 6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So, what is your highest mental stat? So either Wisdom, Intelligence, or Charisma.
Charisma.
Which is how much?
Plus. Where is it? Plus 3.
Plus 3. All right. So, you use the power of the echoes to as a free action, cast False Life on yourself. So the first thing that the rest of you see is that as Crowan is now swimming in this water, you see all these small crystal protrusions grow over his entire armor, giving this shimmering extra layer of defense that you need to chip through before you can get to the actual gooey inside center of Crowan. So you have a couple of more hit points, and after that, well, I would say your friend Jack is closest to you, and if I do remember correctly, you did shout a sort of one-liner towards Jack last episode.
Yeah.
So you're just going to will on him.
Remember that I can also intimidate, so maybe you want to do that first.
Right, yeah. Basically, you just are going to be as bad to Jack as you can possibly can.
Okay, so that's basically I'm gonna, I'm not sure what line I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna just see. Yeah, basically time to die, Jack, and I try to intimidate him for a 30.
30 against your will DC, I believe.
Well, that's my will DC is a 21. That's a success, but not critical.
That's not
all right. Also, keep in mind that because you are in the aura of the guard captain Bradley, he can help you a little bit with these sorts of saves.
Okay.
So let's see here. Where did we have the trigger? Oh wait. I think you have a +2, so that would be that your will save DC is now a 23, but that's still like a normal failure.
Yeah. So you're now frightened 1.
Ooh, spooky.
Ooh, very spooky.
And now I'm gonna strike with my normal attack. The first one I roll a 4, so that's not gonna be enough. And the second one is gonna be, let's see, 17.
17 against your AC.
That let me.
You had shield casted on yourself, I believe.
In that case, it does not hit.
Oh, okay, so it's good. Okay.
My AC is 17, but with shield it's 18. So.
Oh, no. But you were also frightened.
Oh.
So that's one down.
So it's just my AC again, so it hits.
Learn the rules, Maxime.
Okay. And I have the feat called Dread Striker, which means that when you're frightened, you count as flat-footed when I do the sneak attack damage. So you get sneak attack, and you get a total of 12 damage.
Oomph, we say, Miss Will. Oomph indeed.
And in a sudden moment of betrayal, you see Crowan stab the ever-living shit out of Jack.
And you also get 1 sonic damage, by the way.
Ay, Dios míos.
Alright.
Sorry!
Hey, Crowan, no!
Alright.
But now can I try to break the spell, or is that at the end of my turn?
Yes. So at the end of normally, let's see, just for me to check. Okay, so you can actually do the saving throw twice, because even though I used my intellect, it was only a normal failure, which means every time you are commanded to do something against a friend of yours that is like against your nature, like attacking your friends, every time that happens you get to make a save. So the first one, I will use my other anti-lock on you because I want you to stay dominated. So for the first one, roll twice, take the lower one.
It's a fail.
Okay.
And the second one, is oof.
But by how much is it a fail?
I could roll the 1 on the anti-lag one.
So that's a crit fail. That matters.
Yeah, but you don't go further in like the actual spell like this. It's just like you can get out or you can't.
And the second one is still bad with a 17.
17. All right, so you continue to be dominated.
But I did 3 things that were bad, right? Or because I intimidated and struck him 3 times.
I would say, for the sake of this, I will say that like intimidating him wasn't like really against your nature. Okay. It wasn't like so jarring that you could make a save.
Okay, fair. Then I guess I'm being.
At which moment we turn our attention to the Sheperd himself.
Oh wait, Ronan must do something.
Oh right, yeah, you still have your companion from the guards that can act.
Ronan shoots the venom bolt at the Aboleth. Does a 25 hit?
A 25 does indeed hit.
Okay, what does the venom bolt that I got do?
Okay, so let's take a look at that, shall we? Because this was let's see here. Venom. Why can't I find it like this? Oh wait, I think it was called a Venom Strike arrow. So if I do this, no, it doesn't. Why can't I find it? Yada yada. Okay, getting the book. Where is my book?
Maybe because it was a bolt and not an arrow?
No, it was a arrow, but I made it a bolt because you guys only have crossbows here underwater. So, gonna get the actual book. Get the actual book. There we go. And then we go to the treasures. And here we go. Ah, it was called a Viper arrow.
Oh yeah, true.
That's how we get it. Viper arrow. There we go. Alright, yada yada yada. After an activated Viper arrow hits a target, the arrow transforms into a Viper. The target is affected by the Viper's poison, as if it had been bitten. The Viper then lands in an open space adjacent to the targets. Okay, so let's see what a Viper's venom does. So your companion fires this bolt, just not really realizing what it's gonna do, and mid-air, or mid-water I should say, this arrow changes into an actual live viper. Very confused by its certain apparition in the water. It is going to try and bite the Sheperd, so he needs to make a fortitude save.
Yeah, let's see. It's
which he makes with a critical success, because this is a 34.
Yeah, that's gonna make it.
So the arrow still does normal damage.
That is 5 damage.
5 points of damage. All right. But I'm afraid that the poison could not find any purchase within the body of this beast.
And the Viper doesn't have a turn yet, right?
No, the Viper. Well, I don't think he can breathe underwater though.
Well, he turns back into a bolt.
No. It then just it actually says. The target is affected by the Viper's poison as if it had been bitten. The Viper then lands in an open space adjacent to the targets. The Viper has a summon trait and acts at the end of your turn, even though you didn't use the sustain a spell action. It is under the GM's control, but generally attacks the creature the arrow struck. The Viper vanishes after 1 minute or when slain. So, for the sake of this, we will call this a underwater serpent, and it will just be there and basically try to attack the Sheperd every turn until the Sheperd gets rid of it for the next minute. So the Viper is just embedded at the skin right now, and even though the poison can't enter the bloodstream of the Sheperd this time, every turn the Viper can try again.
Yeah, and for the next turn, for the next action, Ronan is gonna switch to his sword and trident, and move up. I think around here.
Very well.
To protect Bradley or something like that. I don't know.
And Ronan also just says something like, well, you don't see that every day, and then puts his crossbow away and gets his equipment out. As the Viper had landed on the Sheperd, He's right now just trying to shake him off. And all of you hear within your mind, as he speaks to all of you, where my brethren remain docile, I alone was brave enough to venture forth. I will have what I want. And let's see here. He was already hasted.
Yes.
Because he also wielded the Echoes of Power. To great effect. So right now, let's see here. He is going to use 2 actions to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh shit.
So let me just get a token for that. Let's see here. Alright, so the shepherd's eyes, one by one, begin to light up. As you can see now that he has completely come into view, that within his tentacles, a couple are led out in the front in like a defensive way. But you can also see that one slithering tentacle is keeping some sort of wand enwrapped, and in the other he has like this spell book, but instead of an actual book, there are like slabs of engraved stone with a couple of metal rings through it, and a other tentacle begins to rummage through them like you can hear the stone slabs slap on each other, and eventually he finds the spell that he is looking for as a couple of the ancient glyphs that he has inscribed upon it begin to light up, and with it let's see here.
Dips on the spell book.
Right over here. I will put it to the back.
But I want it.
He is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. So I need Olam, Lyra, and Retera all to make will saves.
Can we, in the meantime, thank Amunra?
Ooh, we can indeed! Amunra, thank you so much for the gifted subs. You are a blessing, both to us and the pack members. And the Sheperd, if you so please. But, so Olam, I need you to go ahead and make a will save for both you and Retera. And I will go ahead and make one for Lyra. Do realize that you have a +2 to this because you're like in the area of your boy Bradley.
Your boy.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
Boy. Let's see.
So I rolled a natural 1 for my chica. Not me, not Olam, but the other one.
Yeah, that's bad.
Alright, so your chica is fascinated. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Alright, so you are compelled to focus your attention on something, the distracting pattern. As you can see, like all these small little crystalline glitters appear in the air and begin to like flow through the water. It's very pretty, so pretty that you lose interest in the other things that are going on. You are compelled to focus your attention on something, distracting you from whatever is going on. You take a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks, and you can't use actions with the concentrate trait unless they or their intended consequences are related to the hypnotic pattern.
You can't do anything.
Let's see. Yada yada yada. And the turn within the pender.
Was it a -2?
Yeah.
Yeah, -2. And blah 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 blah. While you're inside it, you are also dazzled within the pattern. But that's just something like a straight up thing that always happens. As long as you stay inside that pattern, you are considered dazzled.
Okay.
And Olam rolled a 21.
21 is also a failure.
What?
So you are just fascinated by the pattern, and Retera is fascinated by the pattern, and while she remains fascinated, she also can't use reactions to do anything else.
But I can't either then, right?
No, you are just fascinated, so you only have like the fascinated trait,
Okay.
which means that you have a -2 status penalty perception and skill checks, and while you're in this pattern, you are dazzled.
And you can't use things that need concentration.
No.
Okay.
All right, so that is something that the Shepherd does with his first 2 actions. Then he is going to use 1 action to slap the everlasting shit out of the what the fuck rat, because it wasn't a rat, it was, what was it again?
Octopus reef. Octopus.
An octopus against the octopus rat, which is going to be, that is a 30 to hit.
And then it's...
Against the rat, or the octopus.
That is a critical hit.
Nice. So with that, the Shepherd is going to try and slap it out of the air completely. 15 plus 6 is 21 points of damage.
I need to check, but I think 21, it might just be dead.
Is it ejecting now?
Yeah, but I'm the one who summoned it, so I'm not gonna ask Jack to. With octopus. Yeah, it has 20 HP, so it's gone.
Okay, so with 1 tentacle, the Shepherd makes these intricate glyphs in the air as the hypnotic pattern begins to fascinate the creatures over there, and with another tentacle, it slaps the octopus through the air, and before it can actually like land somewhere, it poofs out of existence.
So
And
now for 2 times tonight in the past half hour, food delivery guys have rung my doorbell for my neighbors. I think on the 3rd time I will just take it.
fair enough. And with the last action, the Shepherd begins to swim like upwards. So right now he is like 20 feet up in the air as he just, this gigantic squid, very easily movable through this water, crests himself like in the top corner of his lair. As we turn our attention to Tarush.
Right, awesome.
Tarush, sorry.
So, Tarush has been using crystal conjuring to destroy crystals one at a time. He's using the Aboleth's power against it. He's going to keep doing that, so he's going to get first within a range of the crystal over to the right. So that would be, I'm in armor, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move over here as his first action.
All right.
On his second action, he will focus his energies into his staff again as I sustain the spell. So
Very well.
I create another crystal, this time on the eastern end of the room, next to the crystal over there. And
However, because you are out of range of the previous one, you can't make the other one explode because you are now too far away from the other one, I think.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right? Because what was the range of this spell again?
No, you're right, I think. I want to say 30 or 40 feet?
If it's 60 feet, then you can be in range of both.
It's not 60 feet, I'm pretty sure. But I'll check. I'll check in between. Either way, I create another crystal, so that's nice. And then, all right, here we have 30 feet range. Yeah. But it's okay. I can sustain it for another several rounds. So for now, we have the second crystal over there, and then Tarush is going to simply smile up at the aboleth. It's like all the way up near the ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 feet up in the air. In the water. We're in an underwater temple.
All right.
But it's also like the roof is like 40 feet high, but the aboleth himself is already like 15 to 20 feet, like thick, wide, high, whatever you want to call it. So he's all the way up, but right now, like the first square that you want to hit is only like 20 feet up in the water.
So I'm gonna make I think it's gonna be an intimidation check or diplomacy check. I think diplomacy.
What would you like to do?
I look up and I scream, "Look at the little creature! So big, yet still a parasite. in a temple for powers far older and stronger than itself. You are a cockroach. We are here to exterminate.
What? Do you wish to, like, taunt him with this?
I want to hurt his feelings.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Cool. What was my intimidation again? I think like... Oh, 10. Nice. 12. Nice. That's 22. Did I get a bonus from, or was that on attack rolls, the aura?
You have a bonus on attack rolls and against will saves. So against saving throws for the spells of the aboleth, that is going to come in handy, but not for the intimidation action.
You meddle with things that are beyond your comprehension. Small fish in a little pond need to know when to keep their mouth shut.
You call me a fish? No kills on me, motherfucker! And that was my turn.
Alright, so with that we go to Lyra. Lyra
Nope,
was also
sorry.
fast.
I said that was my turn, but I...
Oh, you still have your other boy.
Yeah, Helmdeer. So let's see. Bradley is our friend.
Truth.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
As Open is it.
I was
you were
just
smart,
making
Johnny.
sure that there were no other enemies left except for the. So Helmdeer is going to make some movement to here, and now I have to quickly look up at his attack roll. I realize Archer, Sentry. Yeah, you don't want to know how many shit I have open. There we go. And he's gonna make 2 shots with his longbow. First one, 23 against AC.
23 hits.
Nice. Second one, 17 plus 5, 22.
22 also hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 1d6 plus 2. 3 damage and 8 damage.
Yes.
For a total of 11. As the creature tries to move away from melee assailants, but the shallow snipers are very much able to still target them within the waters. As after this, we do go to Lyra, who made her saving throw, but within the pattern is going to have difficulty with actually doing anything. So she's going to take a couple of steps.
Yes, steps in the water.
A couple of boops
Boops.
to the top. And with that, let's see here. What is she going to do? You know what? I think this is fun. Standing there as an enchantress, Lyra just speaks and says, Crowan, I know what you're thinking, but your mind is not your own. Come back to the side that is actually going to win, will you? And with that, she's going to try and basically, as an enchantress, she's going to cast Charm Person on you in a, way of trying to break the Dominate spell.
Okay.
So, I will give you another saving throw, is what we'll go at. So you will have another option to try and break this spell, as Lyra's charm magic is trying to combat the dominates of the Sheperd. No? How bad is it?
It's on the die, so it's an 18.
18? 18 is not enough.
No.
As Lyra focuses her energies, she feels like a backlash in her mind, and as a wave of psychic energy, all of you hear, except for you, Crone, because that would be counterproductive.
Lyra, you have turned sides once before. You will not take my minions from me too. You still hold within you the seed that I need to cultivate. Your mind will be mine soon enough.
And Lyra just says, well, that's foreboding. as we go to Edge. Vincent, what is Edge going to do?
She does not have a swimming speed, right?
Edge does not have a swimming speed, but she did have like a potion that she didn't drink yet, I think.
I do believe Edge did some athletics checks to swim the last time.
Right.
So I think Edge is gonna drink that potion to speed up on the swimming speed thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 1 action to drink the potion, and now she has a swimming speed for
40 feet or something.
like her movement speed.
Yeah, their movement
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, they.
Hey.
Excuse me. They squeeze me. All right. So with that, 1 action to down it, 1 action to move.
Move towards
and then, yeah, and then they still have 2 actions. Yeah. But Edge was also hasted by Lyra. So they have 2 actions left right now.
Well, it's still gonna be a flurry of blows. I'm just gonna try and hit with their fist.
Didn't they also have like a dagger?
Yeah, but the fist does more damage.
All right. Do take a -2 penalty because they're underwater.
The first one is a miss with a total of 16, I think.
Indeed.
Next one is maybe a hit. 22. Yeah.
22 just hits.
Okay, so that's a good one. So that's 2d6s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about what the Aboleth just said, and has anyone told him he's kind of rapey? Because it's weird.
I believe
mean-
he probably did, but he just doesn't listen.
Like, I mean, he has tentacles, he's drawn, like, getting a little bit of hentai vibes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, it's
That's,
just kind of
that's a disappointing amount of damage on my d6s. And it's a total of, I need to check what the damage are on her fists, on their fists. Oh, +3. So that is a total of 7 damage.
7 points of damage.
And a DC check, DC 19 check to see, 42 check to see if he's stunned.
Well, first off, the damage is upped to a total of 12, because as Edge swims towards this beast, first need to get that right. As they swim up, one of the fists, not really moving through the water as easy as it normally would, but it slaps against like the large crystal protrusions that's covering the entirety of the body of the Sheperd, as it is slowly but surely cultivating all of these crystals. One of the crystals cracks and breaks off. It seems that bludgeoning damage does have more of an effect against this creature that is slowly but surely calcifying itself.
And at the end of Edge's turn, echoing weapons is still
Sonic
active.
damage.
Yeah.
I'm not using the dagger.
All right.
Right.
But as soon as Edge hits the Sheperd, the Sheperd just goes,
Keep your distance, you filth!
and with that, a pulse of water moves through the water as he uses his reaction to try and repel every creature within 5 feet of it. So Edge needs to go ahead and make a Fortitude saving throw.
I think Edge is gonna make it because 16 on the die, and that's at least a 24. Gonna check. 42. That's a 25.
25, yeah, that'll be enough. So even with this pulse of water, Edge still manages to keep on holding on to one of these large crystals that come from the Shepherd's back, and they are still there in place for the last action that they have.
I think for shits and giggles, I'm gonna Edge is gonna try to grapple him.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
So
why
that would
not?
be an athletics check against their athletics DC.
Let's see. A 19.
19 is not gonna make it, however, as this beast is vast. And, let's see. Oh, wait. Is it against his Fortitude DC or against his Athletics DC?
Athletics, I think.
Is it against Athletics?
Yeah,
Then consider the Aboleth grappled.
Ha! Got you there, bastard! This was not my best Edge impression, but that was what I'm going with for now.
Hell yeah. So with that, Edge holds on tight as the Aboleth is now carrying both a Viper and a tiefling on its back.
Is the Viper expelled? I think not. It's again a 16 on the die.
Well, the Viper, this is just, the Viper is only going to move on your turn.
She was, wasn't the Viper also with the pulse?
Yeah. Oh, right, the Viper also needs to take a...
I think, let's see, the Viper was... Viper, PF2. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, do it for the next turn, and we'll see what's happening after.
All right. Jack, you're on deck as Bradley is going to try and just get closer to the Sheperd. So he is going to 1 action swim, 2 action swim, 3 action swim, which is, let's see here, a critical success, a normal success, and a critical success. So he moves up to... Ooh, he's very slow. He only has a movement speed of 20 feet normally because he's in heavy armor. So he gets... Let's see here. Yeah, so he basically gets next to Edge, trying to swim with his mail through the water as quickly as he can. Still not so quickly, but that is all that he can do as we go to Jack.
You forgot to check if the Aboleth was stunned by the stunning fist!
Oh, sorry. Ooh, that's a natural 1.
So he's stunned!
So he's stunned, so he loses 1 action the next time. He actually will have an action. Nice!
Nice!
Groovy. Yeah, so I have a Crone standing next to me trying to attack me.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm gonna focus on that real quick first before I go further attacking the Aboleth and such. So I say I got stabbed, attacked at least, by Crone. So Jack's like, oh, stop it! And I cast Tanglefoot, which is a spell attack roll. Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, it's not a proper roll, actually. That is going to be a 19
That's
against.
not enough.
You do get a +1 because you are in Bradley's aura.
Oh no, actually, I still I didn't roll yet, so I still get a +5, I think, right?
No, the fortification is only a save.
Yeah, it's for your next saving throw.
Ah, cool. In that case, I get a 20.
Then I guess that Cronin is going to use his reaction to nimbly dodge away, raising his AC to 22.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Not groovy at all. I do see some potential in the AC addition, so I am gonna cast Shield to keep myself a bit safe because I'm already quite injured for my sake, and that's it.
Understandable. All right. With your turn done, we go to Buddy's turn, who was busy with the plot that he had together with you, Tarush, to get rid of these crystals. Because right now we still have, on either side of the arena, small crystal protrusions that seem to funnel energy into the large crystalline structure in the middle. And taking a look at you, who has gotten out of range of the one, he takes a look at the other one and he swims back a little bit, and he still had his whatchamacallit, like what's the spell called?
Resounding word or something?
Yeah, word. He basically had biting words. He was basically like sustaining a ways of making spell attack rolls to deal sonic damage, which is exactly what will get rid of these crystals. So he moves into range of the other crystal, and again with this low guttural, like low rumble, almost like a frog who just goes this sonic attack hits the crystal and evaporates it into nothingness. As you can see, another tether being let loose, the last little bit of energy that was funneled into this blackened orb within the middle of this crystalline structure enters it, and as the last little bit enters, it begins to become even more unstable, beginning to... As you can see, the large crystal structure that is encasing this begin to grow rapidly, but also shatter and begin to crack. And a large piece of crystal just cracks off, slowly drifts to the floor until it hits it with a large thud, as different dirts that had been gathered for many, many ages begin to furl up as the entire temple begins to shudder once more. At which moment now you can also see that the Sheperd himself, the crystals that uncover most of its body, begin to grow as well, as you see all three of the red eyes just wince for just a moment. And that will be Buddy's turn as we go to Olam.
Hello.
Hello!
I am going to move out of the way of the tentacle thingy. That's just that thing that's hanging above my head, right?
Yeah, so it's basically like an orb of these crystalline, beautiful patterns that is really nice right now, but you can't really focus on anything else except for this while you're inside it.
About our music, restart.
Gasp.
Then I will move it. Wait, it's half because it's swimming speed, right?
Yes, unless you have a swimming speed,
No.
then basically half movement.
Then I'm going over there. And then I am going to moonbeam his face.
His face. Alright, so is that a spell attack roll on your part, or is it a saving throw on mine?
It is a spell attack roll on my part.
Go right ahead.
Do it.
This one.
You need to make it 22.
22?
22.
That is... Wait, it's over here, yes.
I will wait.
Yeah, it's 24.
24. If my math checks out, that is indeed 22 or higher, so go ahead and roll damage.
I agree with you. It is a normal success, but he is dazzled for 1 round because fuck him.
You got freak
Yeah.
him.
Fuck him. And that is 13 damage.
13 points of damage against the Abo bitch. As somewhere in a crack in this ancient temple, seemingly the moon is shining bright from above, and through this small crack, a beam of concentrated silvery moonlight just...
With glitter.
Sorry?
With glitter.
With glitter.
Oh, and it's also silver damage. For
Silver,
your,
alright.
Things.
He's not like susceptible to any silver damage, but if he was an actual werewolf aboleth, that would have been sweet.
Could have been, you know, I never know. And then I have my chica. Chica. But I'm not sure which one is mine.
I think it was Terra.
Yeah, I think it was the one just standing next to you. So right over there.
She can swim.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can.
20
Yes, she can.
feet. Does she have to? 30 feet. I guess she has. She's going to stand over here. Sure. And then she's going to shoot with that thingy that she had the sentries aim.
Mm-hmm. Taking a
Yes.
very nice aimed shot.
Yes. That is a 10 plus.
You can't use a sentry's aim because it has concentrate.
But she's not on the thing anymore.
That's only to not be dazzled.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to normally shoot.
And did your moonbeam have the concentrate trait?
No.
Good.
Not that I'm shooting. Oh, but another one has, and I want to use that. But but she rolled a 20, so that's
20 misses, I'm afraid. Still with a little bit of sparkle in her eyes, she tries to shake it off, but the bullet just bounces off the crystalline carapace of the Sheperd.
I'm gonna try again.
Try again.
That is a 20. I can.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yes, because I couldn't.
Didn't say anything.
22.
22 just hits. She shakes it off, takes another aim, and this one of the cracks that Edge had made with their fist is now cracked open as the bolt just shatters another piece of the carapace.
It did. And that'd be 8. That's these one. That's 1 plus. Yeah, 2. 3.
3 points of damage.
See.
All right.
That's it.
Farewell. As the bolts come from one side, the moonbeam comes from another.
I came here to share my knowledge with you insects, and this is how you repay me?
He's getting a little bit flustered. All right. As we move our attention to the artifacts, seemingly dormant as of now, we continue as Crowan. You still are under the influence of the Sheperd.
I am.
You do be.
When does a save for not doing what I don't want to do happen?
After you do something that is completely against your nature, like trying to attack your
Jack
friends.
again. So I have to attack Jack again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, wouldn't you try like the same tactic as before? So first intimidate and then go for the attacks?
I cannot intimidate someone after 5 minutes after I try it once.
Gotcha. Okay.
So basically, it's a 29 to hit.
29 to hit.
That hits.
Is it a critical hit?
29 is indeed a critical hit, yes.
All right.
Okay.
Burns, man.
Are you still frightened?
I'm scared as can be. I'm a poopy face. No, I'm frightened. I'm a bit frightened. Frightened.
Yeah, but during your turn, you lost that frightened condition, so you are no
So
longer
you're fine.
You became normal.
Okay, so now you have get 13 damage.
That frightens me though.
I'll attack again then, see what happens.
Alright, but first...
I can do the save, right?
Yeah, so first off, Crowan, as you plunge your dagger into the abdomen of Jack, you can see that you are bringing him to the brink of death. I believe you only have 4 hit points left, Jack, is that correct?
Yes, that's true.
So with that, like, for a moment, a sliver of, like, recognition enters your mind. You can go ahead and make another will save.
Yeah, first I say, who's the tank now?
Still the tank.
Still roll with 18. Can I reroll with a hero point? You can.
You can if you want
try
to.
it because this is getting bad. 22?
22? You need a 23.
I hate you, man!
DC 23. Alright, so for a moment you are getting so close of breaking the spell, but nah, man, this is still, like, it's tragic, but this is just the right course of action for you.
Okay, I'm gonna finish off Jack then, I guess.
Second attack.
Now I roll decent, okay. That's minus 4, so that's a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay.
Alright, so with that...
You get 8 damage.
8 points of damage.
I'm down, man. I'm on -4 right now.
The betrayal!
Well,
Again?
for what it's worth, Jack, Maxime, at least it wasn't like when Edge punched me. Because, number 1, Edge was fully in control of their actions, and number 2, it was a one-hit KO.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Alright, but with that, you are...
Now,
You
to
are...
break this,
Oh, sorry.
I get to break the spell, right?
Yeah, so with that, as you plunge another dagger into Jack, you can see, like, his eyes roll back for a moment as he slouches downward, as he begins to bleed out in the water, going in and out of consciousness. Go ahead and make another will save.
I make a 27.
27. With that, as poetic justice, as you bring Jack down, the spell leaves your mind, and the dominate... You can actually hear the Sheperd with the knife thrust go into your mind.
Yes. Kill them, Crowan. Kill them all.
No, this is wrong. Everything is wrong. And with that, you shut him out of your mind. No! You still have one action left.
I'm gonna swim towards the bastard. Right there, I think I get and a bit another 5 feet upwards, and then that's my movement speed.
You do also know that one of you had potions with you, right?
Wait, I can also just heal Jack. That's a better idea.
I mean,
just left bleeding.
Like, you tell me not to give these tips, so I'm happy you...
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm happy about this one.
I'm trying to maximize like the amount of fun that we have, and I think for Maxime it's nicer if Jack can actually do shit.
No, I think it's This is a good on his stage work, a dead Jack.
Yeah, you
Okay,
say
I'm gonna
this,
try to
but
heal
is
him.
it more fun for the rest of the game?
I mean, we can talk about this during our next meeting, Jordan.
Okay, a 27.
27, that's a critical success.
So 48, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it. 5, 4,
3, 2,
8,
1.
5, 4, 8, 11. 28 HP is back to Jack.
Woo, nice.
There we go.
20 HP, right? 20.
Yeah.
No, but to be
And
fair...
you're going to say when you wake up, I'm sorry, my friend. Wasn't me. I wasn't myself.
I come up and I just think, no, not again, not again.
I just see to kill you again.
I brought you back to life so I could kill you again.
And so the torture starts.
Hey, so
And Ronan is then gonna do his turn
I have
because
a...
he's awesome.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Sorry for interrupting, but for Jack's sake, we are in the water, so I don't feel like Jack is prone.
No, we already went over this last time because Ronan was also like knocked out and prone, and underwater you're basically, well, you can just swim somewhere. So
Yeah,
the prone
exactly.
condition is
Prone when
nowhere.
swimming,
And
yeah.
we already put Jack back straight, so yeah,
Oh,
that's
perfect.
Okay. So Ronan with his shield and Triton is gonna stride fast towards. He's basically gonna charge, so he has twice his movement speed, then an attack.
all right.
That is a special ability that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Once per turn. So now let's see what he does. No, I rolled a 2, so that's not gonna help.
Jesus. Just scratching off of the hardened carapace of the Sheperd, even though he charged forward with his trident, just can't find purchase for actual damage.
But he does have a less attack because it's only costs 2 to charge for him,
Oh.
and it also misses.
Ah. Which brings us to the Sheperd, who
It's
right
grappled
there-
and stun free.
Let's see here.
All of your minds are as polluted as the water in the sewers of your city.
As he raises up his wand, and he is going to target Edge, who is grappling him.
Mm-hmm.
And with the wand, he is going to cast Sudden Blight. So, let us take a look-see, shall we? Oh, no, wait. It is actually a 20-foot burst.
Damn.
So I need both Edge, Bradley, Ronan, and let's see here. The rest of you are all still quote-unquote downstairs. So only those three. So Edge, Bradley, and Ronan all need to make fortitude saving throws for me.
Well, I'm up
26.
in the air, right?
Oh, were you up in the air?
Yeah.
In that case, you need to make one as well, because you would be just in the 20-foot range.
Okay. 26 for Edge.
Save?
What's your will save or
Fortitude.
fortitude?
Six.
15.
15, normal fail.
21 for the Ronin.
21 for Ronan. All right. Is also a normal fail. And Bradley. Let's see here. Oof. That's also a normal fail. So everyone that took a normal fail takes 11 points of negative damage.
Okay, Ronin is down.
Is it physical?
No, it is negative. It is not physical damage.
11?
11. And Edge takes 5 points of negative damage, bringing them down to 29 hit points. And Ronan is down again, so that makes it wounded 2 and dying 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Not good.
Not good. Alright. That was 2 actions. As the wand is twirled upward, and from it you can see this burst. As over each and every one in the burst, you see all these small crystals begin to form, as the crystalline plague seems to rapidly increase around all of you, damaging the very tissue of your bodies. And he does lose 1 action because of the stunned condition. And with the last action, he is going to just try and slap Edge away.
He was dazzled as well. Not sure if you were.
That is going to make a difference for this attack, but I think for a burst, that just happens. Like, he doesn't need to target anything.
Wouter, he critically failed the DC, right? For the Sonic Fist.
That is true, yes.
He's stun 3. Does he still have actions?
Stun 3? Oh,
Yeah.
damn. All right. In that case, disregard all that I said. Get your hit points back up.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. But that is going to be a very big change because he is stunned 3. He only has 1 action because of the hasted action, so he can only try and swat away Edge. So with the only action that he has left, you can see that his entire body begin to cramp up after that one giant blow Edge dealt to the shards on his back. First for the dazzled, that is an 8, so he can attack. Then the actual 2-hit roll, which is going to be only a 13 to hit.
Not enough.
So that is going to be a quick whiff, as the stun condition also cramps up his tentacle and he tries to swat away Edge, but Edge is holding on tight. He's becoming very, very frustrated with the current ordeal that he finds himself in.
Yeah.
As Tarush, you are back.
Alright, so Tarush is not going to give up. He's going to keep going because I feel like that is Tarush's main purpose right now. First, though, I sustain my spell. So a crystal grows out of the wall next to the aboleth, like just above it, forcing it to either choose to go down to avoid it or, I don't know, whatever. And the crystal next to the thing on the east side of the room explodes.
Very well. All right, and that one was also next to the Sheperd, so the Sheperd also takes a couple points of damage, I believe.
Yeah, he, let's see, any creature within basic reflex save.
Basic reflex, which is going to be a 13.
Oh, that's like...
Yeah.
That's pretty
And I
bad.
have +1 on my... That's still normal field, okay? So that is 4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 4, so 8 damage.
8 points of damage dealt to the Sheperd.
8 points of sonic damage, if it matters.
Ooh, and it does indeed, as the sonic damage begins to crack through the back of the Sheperd, and a couple of the other crystal protrusions begin to snap as he takes an additional 5 damage because of his weakness.
Nice.
Okay.
And with that, as the final crystal is destroyed by use of your spell, Tarush, you see the funnel enter into this blackened orb as it begins to become more and more unstable until it implodes on itself. And through it, this entire large bundle of crystals begins to crack different protrusions begin to fall off to the ground as the shepherd begins to speak once again.
No! This ritual. Fine, it does not matter. I will deal with all of you, and then I will begin anew. Your city will burn, and I will finally leave this wretched place of miscreants of...
As with the large bundle of crystals beginning to crack, the crystals on the shepherd's back begin to grow wildly.
No. The echoes. I will take them. They will not take me.
As through each of the 3 eyes of the shepherds, you see. You have seen these things a couple of times before, with the jailer that set you on this path in the beginning, by a person that goes by very many names of red, and by even some denizens that have succumbed to the crystal plague. It seems even the shepherd himself is not immune to the overwhelming power of the echoes, and right now he is losing control.
It was an apple.
Different crystal shards begin to explode off of him, and he begins to become very, very volatile. Alright, Tarush, you still have 2 actions left. What do you do?
Oh, what am I gonna do? Let's see, what options do I have left? Okay, so I'm thinking, right? I can keep attacking him, but attacking isn't really my best forte, so I think I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't know this. Okay, so Tarush says he gathers his power as energies, this odd green electricity just sparks out of his staff, energy from the crystals that he's growing. But he says, yes, you are not worthy of the power. It is time for you to succumb. And as he says death, this smoky wave of sand is exhaled by Tarush as it just penetrates the very essence of the aboleth, as it ignores the laws of physics as it moves through the water. I use gritty weeds. And
All right.
he needs to make a saving throw, which is fortitude.
That is a 4 on the die for a total of 18.
Alright, so normally that's a normal failure. But Gritty Wheeze says, water creatures and plant creatures use the outcome 1 degree of success worse.
Ooh, very nice indeed.
I'd forgotten, like, why did I prepare this spell for there? But, oh, there we go.
Oh, wait. And, a little bit of foreshadowing. I believe he critically failed. Oh, no, wait, never mind. I'm not saying anything.
Alright, so I deal 2d4 damage. Where is my d4? D4. Oh, there we go. That's 3. That's 4. 7. 14 bludgeoning damage. And he is dazzled for 1 minute.
Nice. So with that, the bludgeoning damage 14 becomes 19, as the Aboleth's crystalline demeanor is very susceptible to the bludgeoning damage, as this sand buffets and begins to crack all of the different crystals on its back. But as soon as they are cracked away, new ones begin to wildly grow out of its back and take their place.
Okay.
Was that... oh, you still have your companion, Tarush?
That is correct. So we have Homdir, who doesn't really understand entirely what's going on. Where are we at range-wise? 40, so he's going to need to move up a bit again. And he's going to take 2 shots with his bow once more. So that will be a +10 and a +5. 18 against AC?
18 misses, I'm afraid.
I think it's flat. No, and a 17. So those are 2 misses, unfortunately.
The crystals make the bolts just bounce off underwater. If that is the end of your turn, Tarush.
It is.
As the Aboleth, as the Sheperd is losing control, it begins to like jitter in place, his tentacles making like weird angles as he's beginning to cramp up in a certain way, and even with like the crystal spikes from its eyes, he just says,
If I go down, you are coming with me.
As throughout the entirety of this battle chamber, in seemingly random positions, you see out of nowhere crystals begin to emerge and explode in a certain wild way, in a similar ways that Tarush is creating these crystals, but these are way more untethered. So with that, I am going to just roll. Jack, I need you to go ahead and make a reflex save. You still have a fortification, so that's nice.
So you get a +5.
You get a +5 as the artifact intervenes a little bit.
In that case, it will be a reflex, you said, right?
Reflex.
In that case, it will be a 22.
22? 22 is a normal success. So with that, you take 4 points of piercing damage as crystalline shards can, the power of the artifact can shield you a little bit, but some shards still come through and embed themselves in your body.
Oof, that hurts. It stings.
At which moment, at the beginning of Lyra's turn, as Lyra and Crowan, both of you are somehow connected to these echoes of power, Lyra and you both go, what happens to you we'll see on your turn, but Lyra needs to go ahead and make a save. Oof! That's a natural 1, so she is stunned 2 right now, as with one action she just throws up a shield and just goes, the Sheperd! He is channeling the echoes! We have to get rid of him quickly. Who knows what else will happen? And that is all that she can muster as of this moment. As we go to Edge.
It's gonna first blows him.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's not gonna hit. The next one, also not gonna hit. Yay!
Edge just tries to hit away at the Aboleth without finding much purpose.
He's still grappled, so I don't know what to do now.
Well, you do need to continue to grapple if you wish to hold on.
Try to sustain, yeah. That's a natural 1, so he's no longer grappled.
So Edge is also letting loose of the Abo bitch.
And well, I guess what Edge can do is basically try to intimidate the Aboleth, because Edge is also pretty good at intimidating. But that's also fails. I didn't roll 10 on this whole round.
Edge tries to do a lot of things, but in this complete chaos of all the crystals exploding everywhere, it's hard to see what they're actually doing, but it's not affecting the Aboleth too much as of now.
Just coño!
As 1, 2, Bancroft needs to go ahead and make a dexterity save. A reflex save at the end of Edge's turn.
Bancroft fails because I roll 3, so that's just.
Bancroft takes 8 points of piercing damage.
It should be. Bancroft was Edge's companion, right?
I believe so, yes. Oh, right. We also have Bancroft who can still do the pachoo, pachoo.
You're just gonna go there and do a pachoo on this one. Sentry's aim. That is how much? 13 on the dice, so plus 1. It's probably gonna be enough. This is percent, so 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage was a D8 plus 2. That is 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Nice.
Piercing.
As another bolt finds its purchase within the flesh of the aboleth, together with all the crystals that are protruding from everywhere now, he begins to look like a underwater hedgehog.
Yeah. That will do it.
As we turn our attention to the guard captain himself, Bradley, who has finally made it into the fray and is just going to try and unleash his own, so to speak, flurry of blows against this beast.
If he steals the kill, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, the first is a natural 2 on the die, which is going to be a miss.
Mm-hmm.
The second attack with a -5 is going to be a normal hit. So that is going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And with his last action, right now, he is going to raise his shield as the explosion. Oh, no, wait. No, that is not what he's going to do. Oh, no, wait. Ronan. Oh, goddammit. I was like, he needs to go and save Ronan because Ronan was downed by the aboleth. But that didn't happen. So this is what happened. And he attacked. And with his last action, he raises his shield to be ready for whatever explosion might go around. Which is this time going to target 7. Olam, I need you to go ahead and make a reflex saving throw.
That is 14.
14 is a fail, I'm afraid. You take 9 points of piercing damage. Oh, 9, which is physical damage. So it's reduced.
It's 6.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we go to our friend Buddy, who is going to swim upward and is going to make a spell attack against the aboleth to see if he can hit. That is going to be a miss, I'm afraid. So, with his biting word still active, another low guttural goes through the water, but with the entire temple shaking in the water, the ripples within it just dissipate before they can actually get their mark, and Buddy is looking around, pretty scared of what is going on. From the walls, you can see different crystals begin to protrude. You guys are on a ticking clock right now. Oh, wait. Wrong die. I need a 12. 7, which is going to be, again, Olam. As another bundle of crystal explodes next to you, I need you to go ahead and make another reflex saving throw.
It's 19.
19, that's a save.
Ooh.
So you take 2 points of piercing damage.
None.
Reduced to nothing.
Do I gain 1?
No.
As maybe next time. However, you do now have your turn. So what do you do?
Okay, so I just figured out that I fucked up last week.
Oh dear.
I think I was maybe just a little bit too tired because I made a mashup of 2 spells and made it into 1.
Crystal getting the rules wrong? Nah.
When?
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
So that's a bit sad, but now I am going to do Inner Radiance Torrent. and I'm going to do it for 2 rounds because this one can, Concordant Choir can't.
Okay.
But I did, but it can't.
So you're doing the big beam, right?
Yeah.
So wait.
Yes.
So wait, what you're saying is last time you did the concording choirs, but you
For
could
2
actually do that
rounds.
but you could actually do that in 1 round?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did do the damage of the Concordant Choir, which is way less than Inner Radiance Torrent. Yeah, but
How?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I do these
He
sorts of
says
things,
how, like, how will he punish you?
no,
for this?
no. Like how benevolent of a DM am I going to be? And when I do this,
Are we not saying the same thing here?
I always just roll a d20 and just see like, if this is going to be high, I'll give it to you. I just took a picture. I can show you later. I rolled a natural 20.
oh,
Yeah.
So
You're
because
fine.
you had already charged sometime before, I will give it to you. You can use your full round right now, and you can do like the powered up version of the spell.
okay. Then I am going to do the 8d4
Wait,
damage thing.
so Crystal, don't you have the problem that you have a beam and your path is obstructed by Bradley and Edge, basically?
That is true. You can.
Only Bradley.
You're just going to sacrifice. Like Bradley hasn't taken damage yet, and he seems quite capable as a
And I
captain of the guard.
remember Olam being all the way at the top near the fake ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Oh,
and
so I can
Bradley,
just lean
yeah,
down.
yeah. So basically, we have
Yeah,
like
because Olam last time used like the shouting thing, and because Olam was high up, she didn't hurt everyone with that.
Yeah, so basically we're like this right now. If that is like something that you guys can see, we have the Aboleth and then Bradley down to the side and Olam on the same plane. So you can just target the Aboleth without.
Yeah, I don't think the
Bradley.
viewers saw that, but I get your
Yeah,
point.
this is whatever.
It's something.
Oh, you guys can on the side, basically.
All right, so that is going to be a spell attack roll, I think.
No, he has to make a basic reflex.
Basic reflex. All right. Which is going to be a 23.
Well, he does make it, but not
Alright.
critical.
Okay, so that's half damage, I think.
Yes. But that's still 8d4 half. But
Yeah. Go, Crystal. Make the damage.
– 24.
24, half to 12. All right. How do you want to do this?
No!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to beam his tentacles off, and then in his face. Can I?
All right. So, Olam, the Sheperd has become a wild conduit for the echoes of power. Crystals begin to emerge from everywhere around you, into thin air, it seems. And here, you find this power that you had stored up in turns before. And as you bundle this Kamehameha blast, you can feel on the outside, the nebulae of emotional energy finds its way to you. And this ball of light begins to gain this red, orange, and yellow coloration. As you burst it outward, almost unable to control it. And with that, you first go by different tentacles. As first the tentacle with the spellbook falls down. And before it falls down, completely crystallizes and calcifies before it crumbles as it hits the floor. No! The second tentacle with no, just a tentacle, not the book. Not the book, just a tentacle. The second tentacle with the wand, same thing, crumbles as the wand rolls out of its claw, if you will. The other tentacles all go away until you can get to pull the energy back for a moment and then unleash it within the body of this beast. And as it finds purchase within the abdomen of the aboleth, you can hear it lament for a couple of final words.
No, you know not what you did. I was supposed to bring this second coming.
He looks towards the large crystalline contraption of his ritual.
A library. Oh, so close.
As with that, his entire body turns to crystal, and you shatter it into a million pieces by the light of your Galaxy Panther magic. As all of it begins to float downward, the growths of the crystal end, and an eerie silence enters the underwater temple.
Iroh gasps, but he gets a little bit of water in, so it's like...
Did you just say Iroh?
Yeah, I did say Iroh, yes. Check. Yeah. Check. I guess. Somewhere Iroh gasps as well.
The Aboleth thought he was more capable than us, but he was less.
One of the crystals falls down on Crowan's head and he dies.
Groan says this joke and the rest is just silent.
Bitches.
Nice, we did
a
it.
7th level crystalline aboleth is being slain by all y'all. For now, we will go ahead and take a quick little break of 15 minutes, and afterwards we will see what the aftermath holds for our heroes.
Good job,
Rob,
team.
we all die.
Good job.
Oh yeah.
That was some
job.
excellent monster slaying. Seriously, we I don't know if we intentionally did it, but we hit hard on its weaknesses for this whole session.
Complete coincidence. Oh, bludgeoning works. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I think so too, but still, it counts.
Yeah, it had some bonuses, like he had increased spellcasting abilities, a lot of which he couldn't even do. Like he also had like the sudden blight that you guys didn't get to see, and let's just say that the Echoes of Power gave him some other nice little boons as well. But you hit him hard.
Yeah,
Nice.
That
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
All
So
right,
yeah, see you in 15.
see you in 15.
you.
You're 15.
All right.
15.
And we're back. So, to reiterate for a moment, we still have the wild card, and just as with the other story beats, like this wild card costed a little bit more llama points, but you can still just sidestep the llama point thingy and just throw us 1,000 bits, and then you can just buy a wild card if you would like to do so. So yeah, still tired. That being said, let's jump back into our game, because last we left off, Olam had dealt the final blow against the Sheperd, who now has completely calcified and dripped to the bottom of this sunken temple to draconic magic, and is no more. As soon as it actually drifts down, all of the Silver Sentinel companions, the guards that have accompanied you, all like put their crossbow harpoon guns in the air and begin to chant in unison, very happy what has happened. Jack, in your wounded state, the artifact bestows upon you a nice little boon of 7 is 9 points of healing.
Cool.
And with that, victorious music starts to emanate from the artifact, as like the Pokemon theme song at the end that you and that begins to like play as you guys are victorious. But next to that, it seems that even though all of the all of the crystals are no longer exploding, something takes its place as green bolts of energy emanate and different confetti cannons go off underwater without a hitch, as well as an applause that accompanies all of the shouts of the Silver Sentinels that are very much happy that all of this is being dealt with. However, as this happens, the guard captain himself, Bradley, does not take any quarter for a moment, as he, with his longsword still in hand, just goes. Nonetheless, outside, the scum still assail my people. Ronin, pack members, I hope that all of this can be dealt with by your hands. I need to get back to my troops. Afterwards, we will celebrate. But right now, I must make sure that casualties are kept to a minimum. Shink! And underwater, he tries to quickly make his way out of this to join the rest of the assault that is still going on the way of the Silver Sentinels.
Tarush wonders how he got past the giant monster outside of the cavern, but he accepts it for, plot's sake.
Magic.
Why do you think it was a little bit late?
Alright, so I'm gonna first make a perception check. I think that this is important to see if the temple still seems at risk of collapsing.
Very well, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's not high. Tarush says,
Everyone, silent. The rumbles. We need to make sure this place will not collapse upon us.
14.
14? You do not sense any tremors as you look around. All of the crystals that started to grow have now drifted slowly but surely to the bottom of this chamber. And their last bubbles of whatever kinds of chaos you brought into this place by this combat scenario are now drifting up and finding perches at the ceiling. This chamber seems to be turning dormant.
Nice.
What happens to Buddy?
Buddy, he is still there.
Nothing changed.
Also pretty happy right now. He's also like being happy with the
I
staff in the
understand
air.
aquatic now.
Oh, you do? No, I think you could only read
languages.
it. Yeah, but wasn't that only to read different things?
No, it's understand and read. I just can't speak it. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, good riddance. You foul tempster and puppet master. My kin will serve you no more.
Buddy seems enthusiastic.
He seems quite happy, yes.
Appropriately.
Corinne's just gonna check on Jack. See, Jack, you okay?
I'm sorry. I'm okay. Are you okay?
I think so. I don't feel anything.
Good. Let's hope we keep it that way. Yeah.
So,
What's up with my false life now? Is it gone?
No, it's still there. You still see like the crystalline protrusions and the like on your person.
Yeah, look at. Oh shit, that's not good.
Wait,
Yes.
but do we have to attack you now? Because we kind of said we would, but I don't really want to, but we said we would.
Well, I'm down. No.
I'm fine now.
But
Thanks
you
for
did
that.
attack Jack. And if you still had that thing is on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know how to remove them.
Yeah.
You actually do.
I say
Yeah?
you should.
You feel like instinctively that you can indeed whatchamacallit? Dispel
Dispel.
it.
Will them away.
Will them away. Yeah. So if you wish, you can like concentrate for a moment, and all of the crystals that had grown over your person just let loose and begin to drift downward.
Okay. I seem fine.
That is better.
So
Comes in handy.
What about
Is there
the presumed illusion that was over the giant hoard of treasure?
The presumed illusion. There were two illusions. There was like a false ceiling where the Sheperd hid behind, and that one is completely dispelled. And you saw within this cluster of crystal like a depiction of the Sheperd, as if it was nestled within it, trying to elude you from its actual place. And both of those illusions are gone.
But the giant crystals over the loot?
Are still there. And it's over the loot. Like you have like a like the pile of treasure that had been gathered here by seemingly the Sheperd, probably to take with him when he got away, is still gathered there, and the crystals are like above it. Like the large protrusion of crystals are like up in the up corner of the building, and the loot hoard is just strewn about on the bottom. And speaking of the loot hoard, as you guys are taking a look at that, Lyra swims past you for a moment, Tarush, and just says, I think we can use a little bit of privacy. And she swims towards Ronan, and is just going to speak. Ronan, I understand very well if you and your men wish to join the battle outside and make sure that your companions fall no ill will. We understand if you must leave this place to us.
Is that guilt tripping?
I don't think it's guilt tripping.
Manipulating.
She's lying.
I have a huge hard-on for this lady.
And Ronan says, he looks a little bit flustered for a moment, and then says, Right, indeed. Come on, team. Our battle is not yet over. We can lift this place to them. Are you sure, sir? I mean, I know Bradley had hired them, but lives are at stake outside. No time to daddle. All right. And they swim away.
Okay, I have a bad feeling about this one.
Excellent. All right,
Okay,
so
but we have to make that crystal go away, because I feel like as long as the crystal is there, it's going to have power in the city. But
But
if we go to take the crystal away, I feel like everything is going down.
Yeah, so let's first gather the loot, I guess, and then destroy the crystal.
the crystal's all over the loot.
Yeah, but no, it's hanging above it.
Oh.
Once again, loot pile on the floor, crystal, top corner.
Okay.
You never listen!
No, I don't.
Can I make a thingy on Lyra if she meant well by this, or if she's doing some inside planning in her
Go
head?
ahead and make a perception check.
That's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't. Got to use it. Let it link on. That is. It,
I
that
just
is
worked
an
real hard.
18.
18? I mean, you saw what I had described thus far.
Okay.
Let us gather what we can. I will
I think
prepare
Drone
thoughts.
He's gonna ask Lyra about the seed that he was talking about, if she knows anything about it. Like, what?
And you can certainly do that if you want to, in character.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Lyra, the aboleth before dying mentioned a seed. Are you sure you're now completely free of the aboleth's corruption?
I'm not sure if it is the Aboleth's corruption that it was talking about. You and I still seem to possess the power that the Sheperd had bestowed upon us, no?
Yes.
Your armor did not dissipate, and through it, this creature, I believe, worked its magic. That seed is still within us, but I do believe that the one that could water it, and she gleams over the pile of rubbled, crystalline demeanor, all that is left of the Sheperd, seems to no longer be present. And Lyra also begins to swim towards like the remnants of the aboleth itself, not really looking at the pile of loot, but going for like the things that the aboleth was carrying, seemingly.
So what is your plan now?
I have some ideas for new projects, but the most important thing is that we are now all free of this madness, are we not?
Remains to be seen.
Tarush, Lyra does like slowly swim over towards like the aboleth's spellbook.
Yeah.
If you wish to react to that, or if you just like let her pick it up.
Yeah, no, Tarush is gonna like beeline for that shit. Because that is to Tarush one of the biggest pieces of loot there is right now.
Like Lyra doesn't make like a beeline movement. So if you wish to like speed it up a little bit, you can easily be there before her.
Oh yeah, I immediately go there and I scream, or no, I don't scream, but I just kind of loudly proclaim.
The spell book shall be studied by the appropriate member of the pack, of course, the seeker of the cerulean circle, myself. All agree? Good.
Under supervision.
Yeah.
Of course.
Tarush, as you gleam at the very first plaque that you see, with your comprehend languages skill, you can still read it, right?
Mm-hmm. It lasts for an hour, so.
Yeah. So you can see that these inscriptions are of the old make that you had come to know as the language of the aboleth, Al-Holthu. But you can read it. So I'm afraid we can go to the battle map once again.
What? What? Oh yeah, the...
I inscribe here that which I may not forget. The powers of... The echoes of power will guide you to the infinite library. Though the echoes may become deafening, clouding your mind, your memory, and your very being, never lose sight of this goal.
And as you move away the first page, you find that for a part, this is indeed like a stone-slabbed spellbook. And it is large, like even underwater it is big for you. It is like, I would say, 60 by 60 centimeters. So only here, because it is a book of an actual aboleth, so even here you can only like move the pages.
I think the aboleth was, in part, just as clouded by the power of the crystal plague as its victims were.
So he was another victim.
He controlled it, partially, but was also controlled by it. Note how near its end before you killed it, Olam. It was unable to control the power of crystals. It grew out of it. It was unable to contain it. I believe that had you not destroyed it, we would have been victim of whatever consequences there would have been to that overload of magic and power. I think that there might be many more interesting things to discover when it comes to the Crystal Plague. I believe that perhaps, with the right understanding and knowledge, we would be able to contain it in a more permanent manner. It would require study.
He had that book thing, right? And if we would take it, I don't know if that is safe.
The book itself is not dangerous. It wrote down the book. It wrote these the inscriptions upon these slabs in an effort not to forget what it was. I think the crystal plague was influencing it. It was...
Tarush, can you actually see the second page right now?
Yeah,
'Cause
now
I'm
I
not
can.
seeing it on stream. Okay, cool. I'm not seeing it on stream.
Yeah, I need to refresh the browser manually.
Oh.
Remind yourself every day from where you came and why you are here. The day the Harbinger came, everything changed. We denizens of Ur-Gotten-Tur had slumbered for ages, waiting, planning to once again rise and rebuild our great empire. And here he came, waking us, as a herald of a new age, with guidance towards the sound that would ring in the new era, the ancient echoes of power. Then how is it that my brethren did not see, did not hear? How come I was the only one capable to fathom that our time had finally come? It mattered not. If my brethren were cowards, I would seize this opportunity for us on my own. I would find and wield this power of the ancient echoes, and with it, I would become a god, a deity, ushering in a new age of Elgolthu supremacy. To wield the power of the ancient echoes, they had to be amplified by others who could hear, who could reverberate, add to it. These others had to be found, and this was no time for cowardice. If I was to ascend, risks would have to be taken. That is when I found their city, Farwater. Their sewers filled with Ulat-Kini. Their strings hanging loose, ready to be puppeteered once more, and their streets filled with minds ready to start hearing. And I would make them hear. I would become their shepherd, guiding them to power, to the power that I had once found. With the growing echoes, the path was finally made clear to me. I could hear it in the water, the way towards the infinite library. There is where I would ascend. Somehow the echoes are linked to it. They speak of a ritual that will open a way, a ritual that must be completed on the first eve of Raven Rest. The start of the month of death, the beginning of the end. Who or what died, which binds this ritual in death? I do not know. Yet, for the infinite library will hold all answers, everlasting. I love it. Ominous. So Tarush reads this out loud to the rest, and then looks over with this kind of a, how would you say it, a naughty smile.
Like I said, I do not believe the Aboleth completely understood what it was using. And because of its massive power, it was much more capable of controlling it than, let's say, a warden in a prison. But it wished to usher in a new reign of its kind. It was misguided, but understandably so, for whatever power it wielded through these crystals. It was grand.
Is there more, or is this it? With the story?
Let us look.
As you begin to turn these pages, like this is inscribed in like the first 4 or 5 slabs of stonework, with like the actual first one, the first page that you read. Indeed, as a reminder to aid his clouded mind. But the rest of it do not really contain text, as it does difficult to understand inscriptions of spells. One of which that you recognize as a little bit outside of your grasp for now, but you already begin to understand how these glyphs would fit in each other. A spell known as Hypnotic Pattern, but also some other spells that are above your pay grade right now, that you do not understand yet.
Excellent. All right.
Jack, are you yet in possession of the mana to conjure up another creature? A large one capable of carrying this? You are
You are a move.
oddly silent. Adjust your mask.
Oh, that's better. Oh, I got some water in again. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have a quick look through my my list of animals. Did we?
Take your time.
I'll figure it out.
While Jack and I pursue this challenge, perhaps the rest would want to gather the treasure located beneath the crystal, if you so dare.
While all of this is going on, Jack, Olam, and Crone, all of you can go ahead and make a perception check real quick for me.
I'm gonna go with 10.
10?
Yeah.
A natural 20 for me, equating to 29.
29?
Nice.
I got a 25.
25. All right. Very well.
Okay.
As Tarush is speaking this, you also keep an eye out over the rest of the chamber to see what is transpiring. But after that, we do come to the point where you can actually see what kind of loot there is to be found at the end of this dark tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
First off, while this is going on, you see Lyra just like swimming around a little bit, hands over each other. Also, like in the vicinity of the aboleth, and next to it, she also picks up two different things. And she speaks, well, when we take a look at the Treasure Horde, it seems that these apparatuses are so important that it wore it in battle. Let's see what entails them. And first off, what you guys almost saw happen was that the aboleth had a wand of sudden blight.
Mm-hmm.
So sudden blight is a second level spell, burst 20 feet, do some necrotic damage, and wands have like a specific use here within Pathfinder. You can use them once a day without issue, and you can like overcharge them to do it another time, but then you break it and then it needs to be repaired and stuff. So it's basically just like another once per day spell.
Nice.
However, as Lyra takes a look at
which type of spell? Arcane?
The sudden blight spell is divine or primal.
Divine or primal. All right. Olam gets it.
Next to that, Lyra is also looking at this crown and just go, this is a prize indeed. So we'll keep that for the last. We will end with that. But as we take a look at my actual list of loot.
List of loot.
There we go.
Loot list.
We go to a nice little place in this campaign. So, for the sake of this, of expedience, you guys take a look at the corpse of the Hound, like the lieutenant of the Sheperd.
Mm-hmm.
And here you do find some niceties. We can go to the battle map one more time, as you identify that the cloak of the Hound that it was wearing is actually quite interesting. This dusty cloak is made of the fur of a dark brown hound with its hat fashioned into a hood. You get a +1 bonus to survival checks, and if you critically succeed on your survival check to track, that has like certain aspects in Pathfinder, you can continue to track without attempts an additional check for up to 8 hours. Normally it's only 2 hours, but basically if you succeed on a check to track, you get there for the entire day. And once per day, you can use 2 actions to basically get scent as an imprecise sense and use that to seek around. So once per day, you can sniff things out.
Dips?
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. Next to that, the 2 daggers that the Hound was carrying seem to carry nice little enchantments. Both of them are +1 striking daggers. So 2 +1 striking daggers were wielded by it. Then we have the...
I think write those down in the party inventory for now.
Yeah, fine.
Could you do that, Jack?
I'm already busy. Yeah.
Excellent.
Plus 1 means plus 1 to attack or plus
Yeah.
1 to damage?
Just plus 1 to attack. It's
to attack?
It's
But they
just
are-
the attack rune, but that means we can perhaps switch it
No,
over. Oh,
No, they're plus 1 striking daggers, so they have the plus 1 rune
Oh.
and the extra die of damage.
my
rune on
bad.
them.
Either way, that means we can transfer the rune to something else by paying a bit.
Okay.
So, like the striking rune is an extra die of damage. The plus 1 is also a rune. So we could perhaps do something with that. So 2 plus 1 striking daggers.
All right.
Nice.
Next to that, we get to a couple of random items because randomness is always fun in this beautiful game. So let's go and roll some nice little toys for you to play with.
I like Honey's Bee's comment that it's funny to give the dog things to the cat.
Oh, the irony, the irony. All right, so let me take a look. Okay, so we get 3 4th level consumables and 2 5th level consumables. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Ooh, all right. So I need 3 people to just roll me a d20.
I'll do
And
one
we'll
in
roll
chat.
Yeah, if we're gonna roll them all in chat, it's going to take a lot of time.
No,
So I
I'll
think
do
it's
one.
nicer to
I'll
just.
do one.
Oh, you do the one in the chat, right?
I rolled a 17.
17.
I rolled a 6.
6. All right, so we have a warning snare. I'll write that one down. It's basically like a nice little apparatus to put up like a alarm. Ooh, we have a lesser mistform elixir.
That's a miss for me, sir? Okay.
All right. And Olam, will you do us the honors of another one?
8.
8. 8. And a stone fist elixir.
Ooh.
Stone fist.
Hot.
All right. And next to that, I need 2 d12s.
I'll do a D12.
Go ahead.
Which one are you? This one. An 11.
Nice.
Ooh, all right. A shark tooth charm.
And a 6.
6. 2, 4, 6. Ooh, and a salve of slipperiness. You will have a lot of.
We have
yeah,
so
a
many
salve of
we have so many
slipperiness.
sex toys.
Giggity.
Salve of slipperiness, elixir of stone fist.
So we'll go over the details of these items later on, but now it's time for the nice things, namely the permanent items. And we have a 4th and a 5th level permanent item at your disposal. So let's see
Oh
here.
shit! Yes.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right. So can you roll me a? Let's do both of these in chat, Charlie. Can you roll me a d20? And that will be the 4th level item. You might have to re-roll if you roll too high because we only have 15 things to choose from over here.
Okay. Here we go. Rolling, they see me rolling. 17.
17. Yeah. So you need to re-roll that one.
They see me rolling again.
God damn it, Charlie.
18.
18.
Trying again.
We need to get rid of those high rolls.
They see me rolling again and again. 7.
7. That's like something I can work. 2, 4, 6, 7. All right. Ooh. As you take a look at the heap of all the different items that you have found, you also pull from like the coinage a nice little staff that eventually turns up to a cross in a similar fashion of 2 dragon wings and like a dragon head, but more cross-like, as you find a nice staff of healing. Capable of increasing your spellcasting capabilities with, if you don't mind me saying so, exactly what this party is lacking, namely healing magic. So that's
Nice.
very nice.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And then
Another
I need
one.
you to roll another one because this is going to be your 5th level permanent item.
That's a 14.
8, 10, 12.
And everyone
14.
can see it on
Ooh.
screen. I'm not
Yeah.
lying. I'm being honest. I'm
Very-
being fucking
very nice.
awesome.
As you also find this elaborate dagger with a golden handle that seems to be filled with a small little vial of poison. As you find a dagger of venom that will be capable of increasing its poisonous capabilities again and again.
Nice.
It's going to be nice.
Okay, so
All right.
Jack, don't write down the dagger of venom. Crowan, write down the dagger of venom.
Nah.
I mean, I say
Makes
this
sense.
as if
I
I
mean-
get to decide, but
Might as well write that down for Maxime, right? So we just have it written down somewhere.
Yeah, I think let's
I
have
got my
Maxine
ways.
write everything. All right, and now the guards are the heck out of dodge, which is very nice. And now we have laying before us all of the coins that have been gathered by this temple and then gathered again by our nice little Aboleth companion. So I need all of us together to roll 10d100 for the amount of gold pieces that this loot horde has in its disposal. So each and every one of us, myself included, will go ahead and roll 2d100, and we will count all those up together.
2d100?
2d100, yes.
36.
All right, Maxime, this will be yours. All of these numbers will be the amount of gold pieces of worth that you find within this gigantic loot horde.
Wait, Crone said 36?
Yeah.
36
it's-
for
It's
For 2d100?
Yeah, that's what's disappointing, I know.
D. All right.
Wait,
It's only 6 tape. It's okay.
you rolled. That's low.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm rolling only the D100 or also like a tenner?
So
Also a tenor.
A D100 is both of those combined, because that will give you a number from 1 to 100.
Okay, wait, in that case 36, let me write it down.
hey Siri, what's 56 plus 81?
146.
37. 37.
137.
Yeah.
Yes?
158.
Nice.
Ooh.
158. Wouter, I believe?
83.
83. Yes. And I myself rolled a 102. And let me just quickly add that all up with just an easy Google. Equating to 516.
Nice. Very much in the mean area of the rolls, which is exactly what I was hoping for. All right, so with that is all of the coins that you find. But last, but certainly not least, quite literally the crown jewel, I might add, is that Lyra gets like the crown and identifies it. So we can go one last time to the battle map, Charlie. As the Aboleth was wearing Mind Over Matter.
Mind over
Yeah,
matter.
okay. Hard dips. You get the healing staff, Jack. I get this shit.
This silver circlet inlaid with cyan gemstones strengthens the mind at the cost of one's physique. You increase your intelligence score by 2, your wisdom score by 1, but you reduce your constitution score by 1. And if you critically succeed on a fortitude saving throw, you get a normal success instead. But once a day you can envision, so that's basically just a reaction and then like you think about it. You fail against a mental effect, you re-roll the save and use the better result. So
Okay.
You also got the last thing with the extra spell stuff, Jack. So
That's true.
And I feel like you should get the healing staff power because you're more of a healer. I say I get this. Does that make
That
sense?
sounds good. Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
else too?
Oran doesn't use intelligence as a spell casting thing, right?
No, that's charisma, I think, for Olam.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sweet.
Lyra
Do you want to give it to
but,
Lyra?
Lyra disagrees, but
Don't you want to give it to Lyra, Terush, as a gift?
Why
Look.
would I give She still owes me dinner. Why would I get her a gift?
I might owe you
Romantic.
dinner, but I will be taking my cut of everything that is here, of course. I hope all of you understand. My attribution to this entire endeavor has been just as big as any one of you. If you wish to keep that crown and these items, I can part with them, of course. But that wand, for example, that wand of sudden blight, it seems to also entail the crystal plague that it increased a little bit. I would like to have that to see if I can research it a little bit more, see if I can ascertain what exactly these echoes of power are still doing to the likes of me and Crone.
So Tarush turns around towards the rest of the pack, and he makes a little motion. He raises his head, then raises his eyebrows, and he then grips his staff. I want to make a little bluff check, or deception, I mean. And I want to, like, signal to the rest of the pack, like, should we kill her? Oh, I dropped my die. Okay, nice. That's a 27.
Also go ahead and make a deception check.
That is my deception check.
That is your deception check.
I make a deception check in order to, like, signal to the rest of the pack, like, do we allow this? 27.
27.
So the rest of the pack gets me, but, like, does she get? Like, I'm turning around.
What
doing,
message
like,
are you trying to give?
will we
Should we
allow
kill
this?
her or do we allow this? Okay.
Well, I mean, for Tarush,
It's the same. It's the same picture.
Crystal gets me. It's the same picture.
I would say you can't read into this that Tarush wants to kill her, but
Yeah.
like you can all of you can read into this that he's basically asking, what do we think of this? You can't like with a look you can't say,
No, I
shall
agree.
we kill her?
I agree. Like,
No.
deception telepathy.
Yeah.
Would you have a message?
Like How I Met Your Mother.
Well, I think she can have it, but I'm not sure if she should use it. But if she's going to use it, she might go to become the thing we just killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I'm not willing to use it. I'm willing to study it to see if these echoes of power that still permeate everything, seemingly, still have ill effects on the like of me and Crone.
But
Plus,
if
I
it's
have
still
energy.
here, if it's still here, and it is also in this wand, and we are going to destroy that big crystal over there, but the crystals are also on the wand, maybe we should just break the wand, because that will destroy the crystal.
If what Tarush just read from those scriptures of the Sheperd are true, then it seems that these echoes of power were here long before the Sheperd eventually found this harbinger that brought him here.
Yes.
I don't think that with the Sheperd gone, these echoes will subside. It was something that he found. With that, and seemingly Crowan's magic still in effect after the Sheperd died, I'm not sure if that we destroy these crystals, that will be the end of it.
Actually,
Plus,
I wish to
Do you not-
propose.
do you not agree that as much as each and every one of you, I have done my fair share in this encounter?
Yes, I do agree that you should get something, and I am totally okay if you get this wand, but I just wanted to say that maybe if it is dangerous, we should make it disappear.
Well, I think it would be smart to study this, and if it would have bad connotations, then we are still outnumbering.
I want to make an alternative suggestion for everyone involved. Lyra, you've left the Cerulean Circle. For good reason,
I have indeed.
I might add. But I think it is time for you to rejoin. I think perhaps it would be interesting to join as a liaison when it comes to the thought, to the knowledge of the Crystal Plague. I believe we should not destroy the large crystal that looms over the loot here. I believe we should leave it for the Cerulean Circle to study, so that we
No.
might better understand it and create a counterattack to
Yeah,
whatever
sure.
created it.
So that if we leave it here, another one can find it and we will have to do the same again. That is not
Well-
smart. You can study that thing, but that doesn't mean someone that is evil, like that guard when we first met, is going to use it.
Well. to
I'm
be
not.
honest,
I didn't do all these things to just leave some curse hanging over there.
Well, it's not a curse. The
It is a
shepherd gone.
curse.
Yeah,
I can't communicate with
cursey.
Saloon because these things are here. It is a curse.
It's cursey. It's cursey. It's
You can leave the
adjacent to
bell up,
curses.
Charlie.
I think it would be smart to leave it for the Cerulean Circle. If they study it, they will find out more ways to combat things coming back. And just figure that if we are able to beat something like the Aboleth now, that it's only going to get better because we get more insight and more power.
Imagine, Olam, that this is not the only crystal there is. Somewhere in this world, this power is still seeping into our realm, into our dimension.
I'm going to do concordant trier
All right.
on the crystal.
Well, on everyone. Apparently,
wait,
it's,
wait.
Yeah.
it's a burst.
If I do it with the 2 thing, it is a burst, so it's not a emanation.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I don't have like a... Wait.
You have the sonic fireworks thing.
Okay. So, Olam, casting a spell does take a little bit of time. So, go ahead and make me a spell attack roll as your initiative, and the rest of you can just go ahead and make a perception check as your initiative. And then we can see as Olam begins to cast this spell.
I have a tiny 12.
12,
27.
27,
10.
10,
18.
18. Right, and Lyra has 20. So with that, Olam, before anybody can react, you cast your spell, and with that, you send your sonic energy into the heart of this crystal. Go ahead and roll damage for me. And can you leave the battle map, Charlie? Thank you.
By the way, does that mean that Tarush now has a crown over his head?
I mean, if he is going to wear it, and you need to attune to it.
I still need to
Let's not talk about it too much.
Or you need to be
don't make it get to.
Can I give it to Jack as on second thought? I think it's better to give it to Jack.
You guys can fight about it all you want.
If it would have looked any different, like a necklace or a ring, no problem. But a crown, it's not the power of the crown; it's the crown itself.
Well, it's a circlet. It's a circlet. So it's like one large jewel here, and then like a metal band around it.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna milk it anyway.
7 points of sonic damage. With that, you send it into the heart, and one large chunk breaks off, but like the gigantic cluster of crystal isn't completely destroyed. What do the rest of you do after you see Olam do this?
I want to cast Tanglefoot.
Ah, you wish to entangle.
Yes.
Olam, excuse me. All right, go ahead.
Ooh, that's actually a quick glance. I believe it's 25. Yes.
And Crystal, you are allowed to eat by the grace of Rexaliquid.
Thank you.
Eat, Crystal, eat.
So Olam is hit by that. So Olam is now entangled.
Yeah.
Wait, don't I get to roll something against
Is it a success or a crit? It's against your AC. A 25.
Oh yeah, 25, yeah.
Just hit normal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in that case, 10-foot circumstance penalty, and you can attempt escape.
We can flavor this a little bit like you entangling like the arms of Olam to make it very hard for her to cast spells. Is that what you wanted to...
Yeah, that was my plan all along.
So you conjure up a ball of vines and seaweeds and like through the water. It envelops the arms of Olam, making it more difficult to cast spells. Is there anything any one of you would like to do?
Yeah, so Tarush moves up real close, gathers energy. First, I use my free action to get back a second level spell, because I haven't used that yet, so that's nice. As energy is drawn from my staff into me, and I swim up close to Olam, get right up in her face as she's entangled.
You need to check yourself, Olam.
You need to be not stupid and freaking evil if you're going to let it be. It is an evil thing, it is a curse. You don't let it study people and make it take over more. Get yourself together. Don't be like your uncle.
You hate and you despise, but you do not understand.
I do not hate and despise. I don't accept the evil thing that is here. And I don't want to make it more people make angry and evil. It took over our friend, and you don't even mind. You just let it be.
The Sheperd abused this power to take over Crow.
And he won't be the last thing. The Sheperd got taken over by this thing.
The Sheperd lost control. We need to understand what's going on here. Simply destroying is not an act of courage or wisdom. It is an act of cowardice.
I think you are blind with power and money.
You are afraid.
I am not afraid. I just don't want to accept to have these things in this world. Although I don't know about this world, I still want to protect it from stupid things like this.
We have to accept that it is going to be in our world.
Crowing is blowing us on his
So we are
horn.
just going to let it be and make it be and take over people.
One at a time.
Crowing's gonna blow on his horn to interrupt everyone talking right now, because this is not going anywhere.
I still want to do another spell, just so you know.
So basically, in an attempt to get everyone's attention, Crowing's gonna blow on his horn and then basically, well, I don't know if I have to roll for it. And let's put it on to a vote.
I'm not going to rest until this thing is gone.
Okay, so
You will have to fight me.
Olam wants to destroy the crystal. I agree with Olam. Tarush,
I think I've made my position clear.
Jack,
I side with Tarush. I think it's smart to study this.
study the big crystal, right? We're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edge says, I abstained from my vote.
Yeah, that doesn't help us.
Lyra,
I control Edge, Wouter.
Lyra at this point swims towards you, Olam, and gives you a hug.
Okay.
And she eventually retracts for a moment and holds both of your shoulders and says, I understand your sentiment, Olam. I really do. I was one of these people influenced by the very things that you wish to destroy. I was one of them that was influenced. I am one of the reasons why we need to destroy it. Crowan is too. But do you know how Crowan and I came into this position?
Well, others that
We were-
were taken over of this thing.
True, but we came into that position because we were ignorant, because we did not know what we were dealing with. Now, I am not sure, because again, I am ignorant. I am not sure what these crystals still hold in power. I and the rest of the Cerulean Circle could study either this or the smaller things or the smaller effects of the echoes of power. But if we destroy this, we will have a chance that we are thrust back into ignorance once more. And then, when another being comes here, perhaps even talked to by this harbinger figure, we will be unprepared. So the question is not, is this capable of corrupting? Is this dangerous? The question is, Olam,
would you entrust this to me?
I want to meditate first.
And if you cannot make your choice yet, then for now, this crystal must remain.
Yes,
Agreed?
I will meditate now.
Very well.
And Corin is asking Tarush, okay, how do we know if the crystal is still active or not? Because we're not going to study it if it's still corrupting and causing the death of many civilians.
The crystal's very existence means, I believe, that it is active. My suggestion. I am a seeker of the Cerulean Circle, like I said, and I do believe that they are capable of containing its influences. The mages, my superiors there, are far beyond my power, any of ours. If I and Lyra, and perhaps all of you, are capable of truly and utterly conveying the severity of this threat, I can convince the Cerulean Circle to allocate the appropriate amount of resources in order to contain it. These will not be wizards learning their first tricks. These will be masters and experts checking upon one another, suspicious of one another. Were there even the slightest sign of betrayal, they would take upon it in order to take each other's position. What else is there but ambition in order to ensure that everyone's allegiance is properly aligned?
You talk of ambition, and yet you seem to ignore that ambition is what drove the warden, the captain, no, not the captain, the lieutenant.
Ambition
Rather-
can drive many things.
I
That's
don't want to put my trust on ambition, to be fair, Tarush.
I put my
Ambition can drive greatness and much terribleness. That it's quite objective in that manner. What the point is that these people know what they're doing, and what they can find out about this crystal can advance our defense against such things, such beings, such happenings. So
With that,
if we would
reality
break
is,
this,
and with that, reality is that the Silver Sentinels were here with us, assaulting this place and finding it. The Cerulean Circle holds dominion over all of these sorts of findings. Even more so now that an actual seeker has found this place. After we leave here today, the Cerulean Circle will surely sweep in and do what they do best. Contain and study. That is a fact, not something that we have dominion over. All that we can do is see if we can steer this in the right direction. I left the Cerulean Circle because these sorts of things were not deemed worthy of study. I must say that the words that Tarush has given me, perhaps it is time for me to return to the Cerulean Circle and see if I can take ownership of this finding. When we do that, at least we can steer it in the right direction with me.
Lyra, do not be mistaken. My uncle, as well as the rest of the Cerulean Circle, will make sure you also take ownership of your mistakes, your misjudgments. Are you prepared for that? For
When
you are
I
not
give
entirely
Cerulean
innocent in this.
When I give the Cerulean Circle an answer to the very reason that I left, plus an ancient temple for them to study that was beneath their very nose all this time, I'm good with words, and I still have my connections. I can make that work.
Let us make one thing clear.
And Tarush kind of like taps his staff twice against the ground. just to make a point.
As far as the Cerulean Circle goes, credit of finding this temple needs to go to me. The rest, sure.
No. This credit will go to the both of us. We traveled here together with the Shallow Snipers. We have found it together. Credit will go to the both of us.
We could die today.
Truce has a little smirk on his face as he looks over towards Lara. A tense moment, a Mexican standoff, almost. But then, a nod.
Very well. Your absolute and intense contribution to our journey here shall be noted and accredited.
Very well then. Then I believe that with that, for now, we have come to an understanding.
Is there any?
I want to meditate and try and see if I can connect with Saloon.
Ah, sorry.
That's why I wanted to meditate.
Excuse me, I misunderstood. Like, meditation is normally like a long-term process, so I was...
Oh no, it's a short connection.
Sorry, yeah. No, I interpreted that as, I want to sleep on it, like that sort of
Oh
stuff.
no, no.
I will meditate on this, mostly means, like, you go away
I
for a
won't
while.
be going back into the water, silly.
Right. So, with that, what would you like to do?
I want to do what I'm most of the time do when I try this, which isn't that much, is to try and focus on the stars in my fur and within me, and I want to call out to Saloon. Just Saloon, are you there? Can I hear you again?
This is crazy.
It's me.
But here's my number.
So call me maybe.
Hey, girl!
Ah.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a 7, a thing, plus an 8 is a 25.
All right. As you float here in the water, the rest of them are having the rest of this conversation while you close your eyes for a moment, and the rest can see that one by one your stars on your fur begin to light up and twinkle in a nice little starry pattern. As you reach out, eyes closed, to see if you can connect in any way, shape, or form with your deity. At which moment this cold water, while your eyes are closed, are alleviated with a warm hand on your chin that pulls you upward as you open your eyes, and there you can see a blue porcelain skin, silver, almost white hair lady. Also underwater with you, her hair waving around in the water. But up above you can see that the water is breaking into sky, and there up above you can see a beautiful crescent moon shine down upon both you and your goddess.
So, Saloon, did we get rid of the curse? I can see you.
The water has become clear, my child.
But it is only the water. The water was the blood that you said that we had to get rid of the ringing. We had the air, but I'm not sure we did that. and the crystal, but this crystal is still here.
She looks upward to where the water ends and the sky begins. Sounds still travel up above, but they have been laid to rest. The clouds are parting. The waters become clear. The city heals. And I can see you again.
Yes. And I can see you. Oh, before you go, because this doesn't take long, I made a new friend. I called it Shh, and it told me that I was not a champion or chosen champion from you, and now I'm not sure what I am, but just so you know, I know you're going to go soon. So I just wanted you to know.
Olam, the socially anxious Galaxy Panther.
I am
With the veil lifted, I will never be far. But whom these others are is unknown to me.
It was a couple of stars, they are red. You can kind of see them in my fur now because we are friends, but I don't really know them that well.
Your canvas is being painted by more than just my silvery moonlight.
That is not a bad thing, right? Is it a bad thing? Did I make friends with bad things? No, no, right?
Only you can decide the painting that will be your fur.
We have to work on this thing that is like me knowing things, because I don't really know that much. I think we missed some things before I came here.
You have been thrusted into this world. A blank canvas, ready to be painted by yourself, me, and others. You have taken your first step, clearing the veil that fell over Farwater. How the rest of your painting is filled, not even I can tell. But you are becoming a fine painter.
Thank you.
The silvery moon shines on you always, Olam. Go forth along your path. And with that, the hand lets go, and the silvery moonlight goes out, and you are just in the darkness of the water again, and at which point you realize, oh wait, I was closing my eyes the entire time, and you open them up again, and you are with your friends.
Oh, no!
You see at least Tarush staring, looking at you with a bit of cynicism. Like, really? Like, she's basing her entire judgment on a little bit of meditation? Tarush doesn't get it at a core level.
Thinking is that your strong point.
Yeah. We're still waiting for your...
I'm okay with the crystals for now. But I do believe in you and will come back to you if you make this go bad again. Then I will have to find you.
Understood.
And I do have this thing that does a lot of hurt.
Then that concludes our negotiations, I believe. The wand, and of course my cut of the gold, will come with me. The rest will be divvied out between all of you, and Tarush and I will both go back to the Saurian Circle to report on these findings as quickly as possible. If this Silver Sentinels come before us, then that will only be another layer of
It'll be a mess.
bureaucracy.
Yes. they do not know how to keep their fingerprints off the prime magical evidence. Olam,
Yes.
thank you. I'm happy you changed your mind. However it happened.
I am still not very happy about how you talk to me.
That is fair. And I'm not happy about the way you talked to me. But for now, I'm glad we did not have to escalate things in an unreasonable manner. Yes?
Yes.
Truce nods. Solemnly, he gets the passion and anger, if anything at all. The passion and anger is what drives him to. And he then swims off to do, I don't know, study stuff.
Very well. So with that, with all of your loot in tow, you venture forth outside of this temple, outside of the mayhem, outside of the crystal, and after a short swim, you are finally able to breathe the free air again, as the cold, cold water leaves your body and you venture forth, shivering as you come outside of the water, quickly binding yourself in blankets, as we can eventually go to the point where you venture forth into far water and continue on the business that transpires after all of this. So, before we do that, is there anything else that anyone would like to do while we move forward?
Has anyone watched The Boys recently?
I have.
I know I reference this, relatively often, but I feel like, us, doing a thing over the Aboleth's corpse seems appropriate. Defiling it, like we're doing it over New York.
Sure.
Viewers will get this. But after that, no, aside from that, I have nothing.
All right, then, as all of the pack members see the early morning sun rising, you see the Silver Sentinels driving back the last of the scum, as now without their master they have no more suicidal tendencies of trying to reach you and the lair. And all of the Silver Sentinels involved with this operation cry out in victory as the pack members eventually join them and turn into their business in the aftermath of the Sheperd lying dead and sunken within his temple. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Yeah, Queen! Woo! Fuck yeah!
Great.
Nice.
Hell yeah!
I mean,
Very
as far as
good.
boss battles go, I think we went pretty well, right?
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
pretty clean.
That went pretty great, actually.
I rolled pretty bad when it came to saving myself, but okay, fine.
Yeah, no, but I mean, of course, bad rolls are involved. They always
Yeah.
are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
You were
game.
kind of forced to as well because you had to roll again.
And also,
Yeah, I got the 20 loves. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it was one of the things that the Aboleth is known for, to dominate other different people.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little poetic story point that you actually downed Jack and then came back to your senses.
yeah, don't feel bad about that. Like, I
No,
think
I
that
live-
was
I live.
perfect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Maxine?
Oh, I said I lived. I am the boy who lived.
I do have to say, Maxine, I don't know if it's you as a player or Jack as a character. I think both. But Jack is kind of mysterious, right? You make a lot of jokes, but there's stuff hidden behind that exterior. And I am honestly curious as to how pragmatic Jack is when it comes to always agreeing, actually, with Tarush on pragmatic decisions, especially with the necromancy and stuff. So I'm very curious. I'm super excited to find out more later in the campaign about What kind of fucked up shit is Jack used to?
Yeah. And with this, the first arc is coming to a close. So next
We'll find
episode, we will have to tie up some loose ends. But after that, I mean, all of the story beats that opened up the personal story arcs of all of our characters have been bought and have been used. So we can go ahead and head after one of those. Next to that, who was this harbinger that actually came to ancient Aboleth society to share in this knowledge? What was the infinite library? What are these ancient echoes of power? Why is it that it is connected to death in some certain way? So many open-ended questions. And next to that, like, you guys have done some things here within Fallwater. Tarush, as a nobleman, you have made contracts with another noble family and now have sort of a foothold within the city limits.
Yeah, I kind of fucked him over. It's nice.
Yeah. The Cerulean Circle is here for you. Edge has done a lot of work within the lake house, the temple of her goddess Avandra. Their goddess Avandra, sorry. Like, a lot of different things can be done. So first we will have to tie up some loose ends because the city is very happy with what you have done so far, ridding it from the Aboleth. But yeah, all of those things will have to wait because I do believe that next week we cannot continue the normal scheduled session.
For the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up real quick.
I think we're, like, next week, some people have things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gone.
And the week after...
As to some of our viewers, the festival, Castle Fest.
Oh yeah, Castle Fest.
Castle Fest.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so...
I'll be attending that on Friday, apparently. Yeah, I got a free ticket from a friend.
Let's see here.
And the week after that,
sure thing.
some of us will be camping.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be the week after that we'll be playing. So that's a 2-week hiatus after this boss fight.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at our schedule for now. Yeah, so next week we will still be doing something. Next week we will still be streaming, but we will do a one-shot, as a couple of people of us cannot make it.
Yeah.
So we will just doing some normal, fun Pathfinder stuffs.
Or
but the
let's
week after
play,
that,
I don't know, we haven't really decided.
But after that, the 14th of August, we will be off, as each and every one of us will be having a nice little vacation. But next week, you can still see us, but not the normal story. Week after that, we will be all gone, and we will skip town. And after that, we will continue the story of the pack. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for aiding our heroes in this endeavor. It wouldn't have gone so well without your aidance in all of the llama points and bits that you have bought. Enjoy the last hour of your weekend. We love you. We hope to see you next week. Goodbye.